What is up, guys? Drew Martin here talking Super Bowl 55 tonight. Super Bowl Sunday, 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific on CBS. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa, Florida, Raymond James Stadium, grass field. And guys, a lot of people I haven't heard a lot of people talking about that it is a rematch. You know, on November 29th, these two teams played in Tampa. I got to play on the side two prop bets, two normal prop bets, and then four exotic prop bets that I wanted to give out to the listeners here, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So try to give like a minute of analysis on each of these bets. So if you're looking to place any last minute bets, hopefully I can put you on the right side here. So we'll go side, then the two prop bets, and then the four exotic prop bets to end it. And feel free to throw in any questions, on Twitter, in the chat box below. It all works. Try to answer them at the end. But Super Bowl 55 tonight, 6:30 p.m. Chiefs minus 3-point favorites. That's the way I'm betting this from a side perspective. In the rematch, the Chiefs already went down on November 29th to Tampa, Florida, and won 27-24. It was a game where there was a lot of offensive yards. Each team averaged more than 7.5 yards per play. The Chiefs won 27-24 as 3-point favorites. Kansas City was also up 17-0 in the first quarter in that game. Now, guys, I'm not real confident in it in terms of side perspective, but kind of the finalizing factor for me, because it is the Super Bowl, I felt like I needed to bet it from a side perspective. Andy Reid with extra preparation time. Andy Reid after a bye week, he's the head coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, 27-5 straight up, and also 21-11 against the spread with extra time to prepare. So I like that with these two teams obviously not playing last week. And I get it. It's Tom Brady at home. He hasn't had his family there, pretty much for these 2 weeks preparing for it. I think that could be a plus. But overall, the extra preparation time with the head coach for Kansas City is the thing that kind of finalized it for me on Kansas City -3 being the play. So we got the two prop bets, hit them here real quick. Travis Kelce, the tight end for Kansas City, his first reception under 10.5 yards, plus 105 to the under. That means if you're risking $100, you win 105 if this bet does hit. Couple reasons why. What I've noticed with Kansas City is right out the gate, they like to get the ball to Patrick Mahomes and get the ball out quickly with a safe pass. He loves to pass to Travis Kelce in terms of often and beginning in it early in the game. And the two most recent games in the playoffs versus Cleveland on a 1st and 10 went for 7 yards to Travis Kelce. And also against Buffalo in the playoffs, right out the gate, a 1-yard pass to Travis Kelce. So both of those in the playoffs games falling well below the 10.5 yards. So I like it under 10.5 yards. Travis Kelce, his first reception. Next prop bet here. This is the one, if you had to ask, like, what's my most confident, what I bet the most on personally, it's this one. It's team to call first time out. I like Kansas City to call the first time out of the game. Couple reasons why, and I think they're repeatable, and I don't think the odds makers have necessarily done the proper research here. Talking about the Tampa Bay side here, and some coaches value timeouts more than others. Bruce Arians, the head coach for Tampa Bay, I feel that he values timeouts, plus the fact he's got the more veteran offensive unit, the more veteran quarterback. Tom Brady's been here, done that. And, for these for these last 2 weeks, Tom Brady's been at his house in Tampa without his family, studying film. I think all of those like kind of intangibles help us in this bet. And sure enough, against Green Bay, they called their first time out with 34 seconds left in the second quarter. Against New Orleans with 54 seconds left in the second quarter. And against the Washington Redskins with 1 minute and 43 seconds left in the second quarter. All of those had to do with stopping the clock. It was advantageous for Tampa Bay to stop the clock either on offense or to get the ball back on offense to score. Whereas when you look at Kansas City's, when they called their first timeout here in the playoffs against Cleveland, it was 3 minutes and 58 seconds left in the second quarter, and it didn't have to do with stopping the clock. It was actually in between a second and third down, 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass when the clock was already stopped to get the right personnel, to get the right play. Also against Buffalo in the playoffs, It was in the first quarter on a 4th and 1, to get that right play in a key game. I'm not saying it was the wrong thing to do. I'm just saying what they did, and they called the timeout in the first quarter. They converted a short pass there. So overall, I think there's positive expected value here, guys, in Kansas City to call the first timeout. And it's even odds on both sides here. So I think Kansas City is positive expected value to call the first timeout. I got 4 more exotic props. And then, guys, feel free to chime in, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, at Drew Martin Bets. Feel free to throw out any questions, what you're betting and why. That all works. Hopefully out there, everybody's kind of being safe on Super Bowl Sunday and enjoying it. The exotic props, 4 of them, I'll knock them out real quick. What will be said first? The word 2020 or the word 2021? I think the word 2020 will be said first, in a couple reasons why. Is you got to read the fine print on these bets, guys. And of course, this is going to the global marketplace. You can't bet these next 4 in Las Vegas because it's not attributed to a box score. But the reason being, the bet goes from kickoff to the final whistle. And therefore, if you're introducing the game as, hey, it's Super Bowl Sunday, February 7th, 2021, it's not going to count unless you introduce the game after the kickoff. So I think that there's a much greater chance of them referencing the year 2020, with the pandemic, everything that went on, plus the fact most of the season was played in 2020, then saying the word 2021. So I bet the word 2020 will be said before the word 2021, and it's even odds on both sides for that one. Next exotic prop here, guys, player to pour liquid on head coach. Defensive, offensive, or both? I bet defensive at -150. The reason being, and by the way, if you're new to betting, -150 means there's a 60% probability of that happening. I think there's much more than a 60% probability of that happening, because most of the time when the coaches get the liquid poured on them, the Gatorade poured on them, they have the ball and they're kneeling the ball, and it's defensive players doing it. So that's why I bet defensive -150. Next one here, we got total times chains brought out for measurement during the Super Bowl. And that's when they bring the chains out to measure if they got a first down or not. I love this one as a gambler. This one's kind of a fun one I wanted to bet. I bet over 1.5 at +170. That means it's the underdog in the bet. You only have to risk $100 to win 170 if it happens. And I just think from watching a whole lot of football that it happens more than 1.5 times tonight. I mean, it's the Super Bowl. This is going to be a long brought out game. I don't think they're in any hurry here. So total times chains brought out for measurement over 1.5 +170. Last one here, guys. Will the Dow Jones be up or down on Monday? I bet up, -130. -130 equates to a 56.5% chance that the Dow Jones will be up. I think it's much more than that. I mean, we just have, the trend is your friend in sports betting. Trend is your friend in investing as well. All 5 days last week, the stock market, the Dow Jones was up. And the trend is your friend. This Monday, it looks like the futures are slightly higher right now, with stimulus, devaluing the dollar, whatever you want to call it. I think there's much more than a 56.5% chance that the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up tomorrow, Monday, February 8th, then down. So I bet up -130. So guys, that's the 7 bets I got for Super Bowl. Wanted to share them here. Thanks for joining me live. If you're watching on replay, that works too. Please smash the like button. Feel free to comment. All works. So Kyle in the chat box, welcome in, man. Hey, good luck to you. I always appreciate you joining me. Davey, good luck to you, man. Hopefully you cash your tickets. Rodney, what is up, buddy? Happy Super Bowl Sunday to you. What's up, Mike? Hopefully you're enjoying it, bro. Davey, you like Gronk and Kelsey to score a touchdown on a parlay. Hey, I could see both tight ends having a heyday today on both sides. Actually, all 3 tight ends I could see having big days. So best of luck to you, Davey, as well. Guys, that will do it. I'm going to head out and get ready to watch this game. So everyone out there, have a fun, safe Super Bowl Sunday, and best of luck with your bets. Feel free to follow or fade, whatever works, but I wanted to throw them out here with a little analysis. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And guys, have a good Super Bowl Sunday.